With regards to the live action, first off,
I'd like to take this chance to apologize
because the promo was released a week before, definitely had me worried, to say the least. But from the jump, I enjoyed the route the producers took. Seeing the master plan of how calculated so since Attack on the Air Nomads was carried out just made sense. Also, they finally put some respect on the damn Air Nomads. Them boys were standing on business. Them boys may be peaceful and not as advanced technological wise, but they be cooking anybody in a 1v1. Oh, thank God the earth bending actually looked good. Lord knows we prayed for days like this. Coming from giant floating turds.
Sounds like a bad time.
It was. It's to this. Them boys really did the 180, I can't lie. But why in the hell was Roku cut out of the opening and replaced with Kiyoshi?
That just makes no fucking sense.
Listen, we all love Kiyoshi. She's literally her. But I just gotta know.
What was the reason? What was the reason?
Roku is literally the avatar prior to Aang, and his level of importance to him and how he develops as a character is literally so important for Aang overall. Now speaking of Aang, props to our little avatar. He delivered himself with the best acting amongst the cast members. Gordon nailed down everything about Aang. From being goofy and having fun to holding down the emotional scenes, I was honestly just impressed. Though someone tell me, why this dude Aang avoiding waterbending like he allergic to it? Netflix, please! You already had the avatar go the whole season without waterbending once?
Shame on you.
Now Kyo and Tio playing Katara, honestly overall decent performance, can't even lie. Them waterbending scenes was smooth as hell. But I must address this. This Katara too damn soft. It's time for her to take off the white vans and lace up with the forces here and there. Just saying. Katara's as fierce as her waterbending and will put anybody in their place when she thinks it's necessary. But this current one, yeah, she just finna be tough as punching bag.
You ain't lying.
Ian playing soccer? He was alright. Okay, to be fair, he generally did have some funny scenes, and overall was pretty decent, with considering how high the bar was to be as funny as Sokka. He tried.
I mean, you're not wrong.
Now Dallas Azuko,
Let him go.
that martial arts background showed, because his action sequences just never missed, and his acting was good. He had some overall funny moments and also held down the emotional side really well, especially alongside Ankara, played by Paul San-Young Lee. The on-screen chemistry between these two was simply unmatched.
It's facts! It's facts!
But yo, the overall pacing of this show was a bit of a mess. But then again, the mixing of stories in certain parts actually worked really well together. Like Jet with the Freedom Fighters, Saya and Tail, all being within Omashu in one storyline, actually worked really well together. These are changes we don't mind in the live action because we don't want the same carbon copy from the original. You honestly want to see the story in a new aspect while having it stay true to the source material. A perfect example of this was how we actually got to see Firebenders just roast people, and the weight of the emotional and psychological toll the war has just put on people. And that is why even Boomy being mad at Aang in this adaptation actually made sense, because we understand now that he had to make tough decisions from a young age and was forced to probably grow up faster than he intended.
Has none to make any sense.
Nothing has made sense in 100 years.
Because Aang just woke up and found the world in a complete 180 from where he left it at. But Boomy actually had to watch the horrors of the world unfold before his eyes. Though I didn't like how they revealed his identity to Aang so quickly. Like bro, make his little bald head sweat a little bit, come on. This next scene though, I got mixed feelings about. We all love the hippies and their music. But really, in season 1? Nah man, Aang really missed out on the jams.
So what are you doing here?
What are you doing here?
We're doing what we're doing.
That scene really had me though, I can't lie. And honestly, Secret Tunnels just worked better for season 2 because they had to enter Omashu after it'd been colonized by the Fire Nation. So now they've milked that beautiful moment. Now I wanna see what they do for season 2. But moving away from negatives, man, you know, Iroh and Zuko's relationship, they're really just trying to break our hearts with this scene from Luten's funeral. I love how they really show the extent to how much Zuko really comes through for Uncle Iroh as well. Because despite his trauma, he loves Uncle Iroh because he knows that's the father he always needed. And Iroh always returns the love twice fold. Every moment shared between these two was just top tier.
Not to return until I find the Avatar. It'll be a very long time before we return home.
Home. Everything I need is on this boat.
Now taking Katara and Sokka into this weird world with Aang was interesting to say the least, but one I've just come to accept. Seeing them relive the most painful parts of their existence and childhood was pretty hard to watch. Especially in Katara's case. Seeing her mother get burned in front of her, yeah. It's pretty understandable now why she was on vengeance during that arc. But ask me why them boys put the spirit of knowledge into season 1? It would feel unnecessary to the plot as well as his character change. Wan Xingtong has distrust and hatred towards humans, so having him be so compliant and help Aang just missed the nail on the mark for me. Speaking of not knowing how to adapt characters, don't get me started on Roku. Honestly, yo, I tried lying to myself that he wasn't that bad. But no, they've set our boy Roku up so bad from the very beginning. They cut him in the main sequence, minimized his roles and mentor for Aang drastically. Roku is a powerful wise man with a calm demeanor.
You are too weak! You think I am weak? No, I did not mean that.
I have mastered the elements 1,000 times in 1,000 lifetimes. Now, I must do it once again. You will teach the Avatar firebending.
Yes, I will teach you.
And he nurtures Aang well, because he understands how to relate to his soft nature.
But I see that you are lost in more ways than one right now.
Unlike Kyoshi, let's not forget Kyoshi literally had Aang regretful in seeking her guidance.
I knew I shouldn't have asked Kyoshi.
So seeing this performance left me speechless, but not in a good way. Now into some more positives of the story. Zuko and the 41st Division was simply
Brilliant, I tell you.
it made more sense to them honoring Zuko as their prince, cause he literally risked everything to stop him from being expendable, as opposed to just saving one of them during a storm and connecting to a tragic backstory. As well as Aang getting to spend some time with Gyatso in the spirit world, and Gyatso comforting him about the issues of the past was just beautiful. Now I invite you all to sit back and let's get into one of the best parts of this arc. Yeah, I'm talking about Mama June. Whoever was in charge of this casting, you
guys, you are the real heroes.
got to relive my Teen Wolf crush days. Cause damn, I wish you would hunt my ass. Yes sir.
Yeah, that brother's starving.
Now for the most controversial part of the live action, Ozai and Azula's relationship. At his core, Ozai only cares about his own ambitions and will manipulate whoever and whenever to get his way. I mean, that's literally how he became the Fire Lord, so. Ozai doesn't praise Zuko in front of Azula because he likes him, he does it to manipulate her because he knows his approval is the thing she craves the most in this world. Azula never clicked with her mother at all because of how different they were in each other's natures, whereas that wasn't the same for Zuko. Adding that on top of the fact that she has a superiority complex over him, already lost the top spot with her mom. So you think she's gonna let that happen again with her dad?
Not really.
As for Princess Yue,
Pick off that wig.
hair and makeup, they ain't do you justice, girl. Cause honestly, she mad pretty. And she was quite funny. Well, I mean, someone had to be.
Oh, wow.
No, I'm saying, there's only so much Ian could have done with the script they gave him. Why they make Zhao a damn loser like this, man? I hated the fact that him and Zuko weren't constantly pushing each other's buttons in a more fierce way. So everything in this adaptation was pretty decent for the most part. I enjoyed this more than I actually expected. Though there is a lot of room for improvement with the next season, mainly with the character portrayals. But these guys are quite young, and they're doing enough for now. With time, they can grow into these roles way better. I'm just glad we can heal from our past trauma and bury that 2012 piece of shit in the ground for good now.
My name is Zong.
Are you freaking kidding me?
That's pretty much all though. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like, comment, sub for more. Cheers.